There is no right way to decide whether it's hospice at home or the hospital. Our story was that my person wanted to pass at home. We lived in the beautiful country town, and this was his sanctuary. On the other hand, I had my 7-year-old daughter as well. And in my mind, I was completely torn between fulfilling my person's last wishes versus protecting my daughter and her future. Do you know how incredibly difficult it is to decide which way to go? And in my mind, the belief is he's the one that's dying. You should do whatever you can to fulfill those wishes, right? That's what people think. But when you've got little ones around you, it's not an easy thing to decide on. We tried to do hospice at home for a night, and it was devastating and overwhelming and completely confronting. Every hour during that night, I would wake up to him moaning and crying out from pain. And I was sleeping in the lounge room with my daughter so that she wouldn't be hearing it throughout the night. And luckily, she was able to sleep through the night. But for me, it was up and down every hour, trying to listen to him breathing. I was trying to give him meds in between, and then I realized that he wasn't able to swallow. I crushed tablets to see if he would drink it with water. He was struggling with that. And so that entire night was just me checking on my daughter to see that she was still sleeping, while also checking on my person to see whether he was okay. It was so hard. And luckily we survived that night. And the next day, I somehow got my daughter to school. And in the morning, the palliative care nurse came to introduce herself to us and to give me the hospice home kit. And as soon as she came and saw my person in bed and the state that he was in, she just gave me a look. And it was a look I anticipated, but it still stunned me. And she took me aside and she said, "I'm not a doctor, Fuller, but I've been a nurse for 30 years. And looking at him right now, he may only have potentially days to live. And I know that you want to fulfill his last wishes by being at home, but is this what you really want? And is this what you think is best for your little one?" And my heart sunk, because she asked me the question of something that I was feeling inside, but I couldn't say it out loud. And I made the choice then and there to protect my daughter and her future over my husband's last wish. And it was, I don't even have words what it was like. And she went to my husband in bed, telling him the new plan. And even though he was in and out of consciousness, in between he was saying, I'm angry. And I held my tears back and I was trying to be strong because I didn't want my guilt and my shame to rub on him. but it had to be done. And that is a memory that will stay with me forever, because at the end of it all, everyone's heart was breaking regardless of the decision.